Have you ever engaged in a serious debate over which is better, Harry Potter or Lord of the Rings? Have you ever played Smash or Pass using only characters from Star Wars and Marvel movies? If you answered yes to any of these questions, we have the podcast for you. Listen to The Steam Gentlemen, the podcast where an expert panel convenes to ask the questions about pop culture and social commentary that other podcasts are afraid to ask. Listen to The Steam Gentlemen on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you listen to podcasts. Ladies and gentlemen, Wrestling Fans International Association is back. That's right, the premier fan club association of the 1970s and 1980s has been revived and is back in business. Join today. It's free at thewfia.org. That's thewfia.org. You can also join us on Facebook at facebook.com/groups/WFIA 1969. Again, everybody, back in action with the 1987 Super Mod. I am your host, Brad Drake, and this is the World Wrestling Federation. It is the WWF all month long for the month of June here, and tonight the WWF is traveling to Denver, Colorado, where we will be running a show in the MCNICHOLS Sports Arena. For those of you that may be newer to our channel, we are running the actual schedule for the WWF with the actual arenas, with the actual cards, with some minor exceptions. All right, our absent workers for tonight is nothing but what we expect. Our backstage incident, Sika got himself in some trouble here. He's wasted on hard drugs. I'm not playing around with this guy anymore. Sika is fired. All right, Billy Graham and Jesse Ventura got some protege work going on over there, and let's go ahead and get Sika out of here. We've been kind to the Iron Sheik. We let him back after the thing with Jim Duggan. Not anymore. Sika is gone, everybody. Sika is out of here. All right, back to the tour at hand. Let's take a look at our card for this evening here in McNichols Arena. In our opener, we are going to see Barry Horowitz against Jerry Allen. Lanny Poffo, leaping Lanny Poffo, will battle the Outlaw, Ron Bass. Jose Estrada is going to mix it up with Brady Boone. Scott Casey will face Rick Rude. Dangerous Danny Davis is going to face George the Animal Steele. The Wild Samoan Sika will be in action against Jake Roberts. Haku will face Rick Martel. The King, Harley Race, is going to mix it up with Tito Santana. In our semi-main, everybody, we're going to see the Young Stallions against Bob Orton and Don Muraco, also known as the Magnificent Muraco. And in our main event, everybody, the Macho Man, Randy Savage, who's on the verge of becoming a babyface here, will challenge Hulk Hogan for that heavyweight championship of the world, everybody. And as always, if there's an asterisk there, those are matches that we made up for the card. As you can see, the WWF didn't have too loaded of a card here except for the Savage versus Hogan match on the main event. So with all that said, everybody, let's get to booking. And here we go in the opener, Horowitz versus Allen. Allen, of course, is a guy that we are giving a bit of a push to. He makes his rounds tagging with Dangerous Danny Spivey, and he's getting singles wins around the horn here also. Jerry Allen was a big dude in really good shape. He was a pretty good hand in the ring. He just lacked charisma, and that's why he never really went anywhere. All right, but Jerry Allen tonight is getting the win over Barry Horowitz. Up next, we have Lanny Poffo and Ron Bass, and they are going to go 8 minutes. And here we go. Leaping Lanny against the Outlaw. Ron Bass, of course, is coming to the WWF from Florida. He had a weird thing going where he was still actually working for both companies at the same time. Ron Bass was a big star in Florida. I believe he tagged with his brother Bobby Bass for a while. Ron Bass is in his late 30s, maybe even his early 40s at this point. He would still wrestle for several more years. He was a big, intimidating dude. I can remember kind of being scared of him as a kid, especially when he busted open Brutus Beefcake on Primetime Wrestling, I believe it was. Here we go, and they did that really cool thing where they threw the censored X up. It was awesome. Ron Bass with the W here, everybody. Leaping Lanny Poffo once again takes the fall. Jose Estrada is going to go in there against Brady Boone. I'm going to call an audible right here, right now, everybody. Brady Boone needs some rest. We've been using him quite a bit lately. So we're going to change Brady Boone out with Jose Estrada. Okay. I'm sorry, we're going to change him out with Hacksaw Jim Duggan, who has returned back to the company at this point. So here we go. We got an 8-minute match between Estrada versus Duggan. And Duggan, of course, is going to get the win. And just a reminder to everybody, the WWF ran 3 cards a night, sometimes 4 cards. 7 days a week they did this. So the talent was spread out. Now we can only do 1 card a night. So we kind of have to pick one of the 3, or sometimes we Frankenstein it up with parts of other cards if we don't have a full card for certain arenas. That's how we've been doing things. Hacksaw Jim Duggan gets the win here over the veteran Jose Estrada. Scott Casey is up next against newcomer Ravishing Rick Rude. Ravishing Rick Rude has made his television debut. And I'm looking forward to having Ravishing Rick Rude. Of course, he is a member of the Heenan family already, managed by none other than Bobby the Brain Heenan. And Rick Rude is a force, no doubt about it. We stole him from the Crockett Promotions, where he was the NWA World Tag Team Champion with Manny Fernandez. He never dropped the title before he left either, which is not good practice. All right, Rick Rude gets the win here over the troublesome Scott Casey, who's caused us a lot of problems. And up next here, we have Dangerous Danny Davis and George the Animal Steele. They're also going to go 10 minutes. So here we go. Davis versus Steele. And here is the Dangerous One. And here is George the Animal Steele. We're going to leave this one open-ended. We'll let the AI decide who's going to win. And up next, we have Sika against Jake Roberts. I clicked on the wrong thing there, sorry. And here is the Wild Samoan Sika. What am I doing? I get excited, everybody, and I got excited right there. All right, so here is the Wild Samoan Sika. Here is Jake the Snake Roberts. And let's double check how long they're going to go for here. They're going to go for 12 minutes. Here's Sika versus Roberts. The WWF actually built Sika into kind of a monster when he was on his own after his brother left the company. I can remember seeing a Saturday Night Live where he wrestled Hogan, and Sika was racking up wins on television before. I can remember being a little kid and thinking Sika actually had a chance of taking the title from Hulk Hogan. Of course, that did not happen, but Sika is still very effective here, even in his early 40s. Jake the Snake Roberts with the win here, everybody, over the Wild Samoan Sika. Next, we have Haku versus Rick Martel. There was a feud, of course, between the Can-Am Connection and the Islanders. And then our man, where's Rick Martel? Here he is. Tom Zank flaked out in real life and quit the WWF. And that is exactly what we simulated here in the game. So now Rick Martel is a man without a partner against both of the Islanders. So we are going to actually have Haku get the win here. And he's going to get the win by cheating with Bobby Heenan. We are just days away from Strikeforce being formed when Tito Santana will assist Rick Martel and form their new team. So now we have Race versus Santana. They're going to go 16 minutes here. This should be a really good match. Harley Race didn't exactly look the greatest at this time. I remember being a kid and thinking that he looked very old, but his in-ring work was still outstanding. We're going to leave this one open-ended. Let the AI decide who's going to win that one. We're heading on to our semi-main now, which is the Young Stallions against Orton and Muraco. Orton and Muraco are not too far away from splitting here themselves. Don Muraco would turn babyface, and I don't think that Bob Orton would stick around too much longer here. I think he was out of the WWF. I guess Orton just never got along with Vince McMahon and would be gone. So Magnificent Muraco is going to get the win here, everybody, for his team over the Young Stallions. That brings us to our big main event here, everybody, and this is a big main event. Macho Man Randy Savage was a red-hot heel, and for those of you that may not have had the chance to see Macho Man during these years, boy, could he sell. He was up, down, up, down. I mean, as fast as lightning, and just took quick bumps. He was really something else to watch. As he got older, he slowed down his approach. I think Macho Man was still great in the ring all the way up until the day he retired. But if you got to catch him in these days, he was really something special to see. All right, Hulk Hogan, of course, is going to get the victory here, everybody, because that's what the fans are paying to see. We're going to actually see these two on our next show also. And what do we got going on here? We very rarely get the yellow flag. Hebner has got too much work to do. So we will have Joey Morella help him out here. And there we go. All right, let's go ahead and run this one. We're just a little bit short of 2.5 hours. We're going to start the show. Jerry Allen gets the win with the power slam over Barry Horowitz, 43 and a 41. Gets us a 34. Red text of doom all over the place, of course. Ron Bass against Lanny Poffo. Bass gets the win with that inverted suplex slam. And you can see that we're in the Mid-South territory, the Mid-South region, where Outlaw Ron Bass is more over than the other places. So he's got an 84 score here. We're usually used to seeing him a lot lower than that on the East Coast. 60 overall for this one. And a 68 as Jose Estrada falls prey to Jim Duggan's running clothesline tackle. 68 overall. And we have Rick Rude and Scott Casey. And Rick Rude wins with that Rude Awakening over Scott Casey. 81 to 73 gets us an 81 overall. That's a really good score for this one. But again, Scott Casey's been around for a while. Both these men are over in the Mid-South region due to their exposure in Texas. So it makes sense game-wise. Dangerous Danny Davis loses to George Animal Steele. Steele gets the win with that flying hammerlock. 69 to 60 gets us a 69 overall. It's a pretty good score for this match. Sika versus Jake Roberts, and apparently they don't click. It's an awkward bout. But Jake Roberts gets the win with that alternate finisher of the knee lift. I always saw him use the DDT, but hey, the game's got him with an alternate finisher of the knee lift. 73 overall. That one's a little bit disappointing, but what are you going to do? All right, Haku and Rick Martel, 77 and a 94. And for those of you that think I'm crazy with having Rick Martel with a 94 or think this mod is crazy, Rick Martel was that damn good. All right, in the ring, he was outstanding. But he falls victim here to Haku's super kick, which I believe they called a thrust kick. And yeah, I think they called it the thrust kick. It was the same thing, but they called it a thrust kick. 94 and a 77. Good chemistry between these two. Good stuff across the board. 84 overall. And Rick Martel, again, is a man without a partner. And he's getting a little bit lonely. He's going to need a partner here. All right, Harley Race and Tito Santana. And Santana gets the win over Race with that flying forearm. 82 and an 81 lands us an 82 overall. That's a good match, real good match. And here comes our semi-main. The Young Stallions, of course, are just that. They're young, and they're just starting to get nationwide exposure here. 54 and a 61 for Powers and Roma. 84 and an 88 for Muraco and Orton. And lots of green here. Green equals money. The score gets us a 79. Not bad at all with an average of these four scores. See if there's any other takeaways here. Inexperience, fatigue. Fair enough. Understandable. We do use the young Stallions a lot. All right, here comes our main event here, everybody. Outstanding score of a 97 overall. Hulk Hogan with a 100. Randy Savage with a 97. And you find me two more popular wrestlers in 1987 than these two. And then we can argue about whether the match deserves a 97 or not. It's a good score, great match, exactly what we need to boost this kind of a lower level card here. And let's finish this one up and see how we do. 94 overall. We got a boost in the region, and that's what I like to see. We're going to point out the Hulkster. We are going to point out Macho Man Randy Savage. We're going to point out Rick Rude. Rick Rude's doing some good work for us. Great performance. Great performance. Let's tell Rick Rude that he's awesome. All right, we're going to make that speech. Hogan is pleased. Savage is pleased. Rick Rude is pleased, and Brad Drake is pleased. Yeah, we're going to head back to the main screen here, everybody, and we're also going to get ready for our next live event. We are traveling on to the Tingley Coliseum in Albuquerque, New Mexico, and that one's going to be main evented again with Randy Savage and the Hulkster. All right, here we are back to our main screen. And there is some kind of flaw in this where everybody gets a hot catchphrase. So Bill Dundee's got a hot catchphrase now. All right, look at that. Primetime Wrestling 7.86 rating, almost 6 million viewers. The number was actually probably higher in real life, but in the game, that's about as good as it's going to get. Randy Savage likes Paul Roma. Good stuff. Thanks, Randy. Let's take a quick look around the game world. Ric Flair over Lasertron for the World Heavyweight title in the Philadelphia Civic Center, a whopping 346 in attendance. Oof. Crockett lost some money on that one, everybody. No doubt about it. All right, not too much else here that catches my eye. Kendall Windham and Ron Simmons teaming. Makes sense. Nikita Koloff, Manny Fernandez makes sense. Garvin and Bubba Rogers makes sense. It's a good card. Blanchard and Rotundo. Yeah, this is a good card. 86 overall. It's a good card, just a low turnout because the popularity just isn't high, just like real life. See if anything else catches our eye here. AWA ran Championship Wrestling. Snuka over Crusher Krugnoff. Makes sense. Who's the Death Squad? Buddy Wolf and Mike Miller. Oh, man. All right. That is going to do it for us, everybody, for this one. For those of you that are new to the channel, please make sure that you hit that subscribe button and drop us a message below. Check us out on social media, facebook.com/groups/1987supermod. Don't forget, we're also over on Reddit under the subreddit of TEW 2020 Friends, and we're also on Discord under 1987 Supermod. Everybody check out Wrestling Fans International Association. It is free to join the WFIA.org. THEWFIA.org. For $5, everybody, you can get a membership to our Patreon page, patreon.com/PowerCast Network. With that $5 and that membership, you will get access to all of our spreadsheets. You'll get access to version 10.1 of the Supermod and all its updates, and you will also get access to all of our shows early and YouTube ad-free, and so much more, everybody. Check it out today, patreon.com/PowerCast Network. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. We'll see you back in action, live and in living color, tomorrow. 2 days, actually. Yeah, 2 days.